You ever left the country?
I have not. Have you?
Legally, no.
Okay.
Cats can't eat raw fish. It's just weird. When I first got my cat, I looked up a ton of stuff that like cats can.
Well, you know, cats are also lactose intolerant.
Yeah, they can't eat milk. They can't drink milk.
I mean, they can. It's just
They can drink.
They like it. It's just it's not good for them.
Little babies, you give them like the like powder. Like you mix the powder in with milk. And you give them that.
Yeah, I mean, they like it. Cats like anything that tastes good. I think anyone would like anything that tastes decent compared to like water all the time.
Milk doesn't taste good.
I like milk.
I hate milk.
Well, that's why you're short. Pause.
Ow.
Oh.
Weapon, Terry.
When it reverts!
Oh. Shut up.
I think it's really funny that no one will ever get to see the Undertale Let's Play that we made.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I mean, I don't even really like talking. I don't really like talking about it.
So, freshman year, I was in a computer class.
Oh, shit.
And we had to shoot like how-to video thing. And I decided, I was like, you know what? For my how-to video, I'm gonna make it so that the president had sent me a letter telling me that I needed to make a how-to video on how to pitch a baseball. And genius idea, I know. You know, Steven Spielberg wishes he was that smart.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need like a dummy text for the letter from the president. So I mean, I just looked up. I literally went into Google. I looked up copypastas, and
great idea, by the way.
Yeah, and I just went and of course it fucking came from Reddit. I went into Reddit because that was like one of the first links that came up, and there was Thanos, and it was like it fucking did it.
Fuck.
And then that's what the title read, and then
Would
the
you like
first
to...
couple of sentences were like, I found Thanos' penis size or something like that. And then I was like, you know what? That right there, that's funny. And so I decided to use that as my dummy tag. It was long. So I printed out the little Thanos thing. I shot the video, and I just kind of forgot about it. And so it sat there in the basement of my house. And then my dad found it.
Your dad found it.
And he didn't know who it was at first, so he like mentioned it to my mom, who mentioned it to us. And so then the next morning, of course, it's not like my dad like left early for work or anything. He was off that day.
Of course. The day that you're getting confronted about the whole situation, they have off.
So I stayed in my room. I woke up at like 8 or 9, but I stayed in my room until like 11 a.m. And my dad came down and got me, and first it was normal. I was like, okay, I guess my mom didn't tell him that it was me, because like he found it, but he didn't know it was me who.
So your mom snitched on you.
No, I think he was just trying me, because like we were halfway up the staircase, and then he just like, because my room was in the basement, and he just stopped, and he was like, you know anything about a Thanos paper? And I was like, yeah, that'd be mine, Dad. And he was like,
oh, I didn't raise no gay son now, boy. Let's make that clear right now.
I didn't raise him wrong. Sorry. You just gotta make sure you don't leave that stuff out, because what if your sister had found it? Which is actually kind of a good point. I mean, what if she was like 10 at the time?
But did you say she was also like right there listening to the whole thing too?
I'll get to that. But she was like 10 at the time. So if she had found that, yeah, that could have been pretty bad.
I think it'd be pretty funny.
But I was like, I explained to my dad why I did it, and that like
he probably didn't find it too funny, did he?
I didn't read Thanos I didn't read Thanos' penis, and I was
like he did. He did.
Whoa.
He did.
Yeah, he read the whole thing. Nothing really prepared 15-year-old me for hearing my dad say, pulling Thanos' penis back like foreskin back like a giant purple banana. Yeah.
So gross. It's so wrong.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But funny.
And then that's like that's where the whole like thing fell apart for me, because at first I was like, you know, I definitely shouldn't have left that out for my sister to find. But she was in the next room. She had her headphones on, but what if she had like an ear out? Like she would have heard the whole.
She probably did.
Yeah, probably did, because we were getting ready to go out.
She's probably like, Thanos penis.
She was like, beak. You know, that's pretty much the end of the Thanos penis saga.
That's the story Elvis likes to tell. But if you go over to Elvis's house and
my dad has it framed.
Well, he's not. He doesn't let you go into his office. He kind of keeps it.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll see the door open and I'll see it. It's above his computer.
And it's like this like black and white, like printed out picture of Thanos like smiling.
Yeah.
I brought it up to him one time and he just kind of told me to get out. Like I was like, hey Derek, and he was like, yeah boy. I was like, Thanos' penis, right? And he was like, get out.
Hey, not a lot in there.
I was like, what? And he's like, get out now. I mean,
how would you feel if your dad?
Well, my parents definitely knew that I was looking up big boob on my phone.
Naked woman.
Eventually, I ended up just typing.
It's such a weird combination of a big naked woman.
When I was little, like I think younger than when I had my phone, we had this like small little pink laptop, and everyone was outside, so I took the computer and I went in my room and I looked up big, fat woman boobs. And on YouTube,
you got fat bitches fighting over food.
I looked up like big boob women on YouTube, and of course it started showing a bunch of big boobed women. And it was just a fucking jump scare that scared the shit out of me, and it made me afraid of women for like 3 years.
This one time I was in like the kitchen with my family, and I was like sitting. We had these like stools, these wooden stools. They're bar stools, so they were pretty high up. And I was sitting there on there with my knees, and I was like, whoa, and I was like standing. I was like you know, I was just goofing around. I don't remember what I was doing.
Just goofing around, just a little goof.
I slipped. I fell, and I cracked on my way down. I cracked a cutting board in half with my hand, but it hurt me a lot. Like
I would assume so.
My pinky fingernail ended up coming off.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. It looked like brain underneath. But right before I hit the ground, my dad caught me by my ankle, which was good, because otherwise I might have been a quadriplegic.
Don't know what that means.
That means you don't have control over any of your limbs.
Oh, that happened to a boxer recently that I heard of. Anyways, if we're talking about like injuries and stuff like that.
So yeah, it's probably good. My dad. I mean, we can. I just brought it up because you were talking about how you were paralyzed.
Thanks. No, I made friends with a friend named Taylor, and she was nice and all, but it was weird because her parents were never home. Like she literally would. She was like at least 12. Always, I'm gonna try level 2 because you always die at level 2. It's okay. But no, it was weird because she was always home alone during the day. So, you know, we became friends and everything, and fuck, I don't know. It was weird. One day she was just being really weird, and she was like, "You want to play a game?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a child. That's something I do." And she's like, well, we're going to play The Exorcist. No, Paranormal Activity is what it was. And I was like, okay. She was like, so, how was your day? And I was like, I've been here. I've been right beside you. Like, mind you, we're under her dad's boat. And she grabs a handful of sand and just fucking chucks it into my face, in my eyes and everything. I was like, no, fuck this shit. And I got up and I got on my scooter and just scooted away. And I kept going up and down the driveway. And then, up and down the street, and finally I passed by, and I noticed she wasn't there, because she, like, every time I'd pass by, she'd just stare at me. Well, she was gone, and I was like, ooh, you know, piqued my interest. I thought, man, she's really taking this seriously.
This bitch tweaking.
Pretty much. So I went up to the garage door.
3 whole crystals.
It was the side garage door, not like the main one.
You can afford nothing.
God damn it. I'll get money. But,
there's some coins in that room.
Yeah. She comes out with a box cutter knife, and she's holding it to my throat. And this is not a joke. This is not a sob story or anything. All 100% actually happened. She walks out. God damn it. And oh shit.
Big old fucking thing of cat. That three whole coins.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But comes out with the knife. She's holding it to my throat, and I'm like, stop it, stop. And then she puts it up to her throat.
Bye.
I'm like, this isn't funny. Don't do this. And then she just fucking starts swinging the knife around. So, as one does, I put my hand up to try to keep it from hitting my face. And she just cuts my entire hand open. And I just stop for a second. Like, I don't know what to think. When you're that young and you get hurt, you don't really know what to think until someone tells you, that's not good. That's not fucking good.
Little kid bonks their head.
They don't
react
feel
until
pain.
they see you freaking out. Then they're like, "What?
This isn't good. You mean this isn't?" Oh. Well, my first thought is to hurry up and put it against something to try to stop the bleeding. So my dumbass pushes it against the cement on the ground, trying to. Well, I mean, in retrospect, I guess it's better than just letting it pour out.
I mean, well, no. I mean, putting it down like this, that made the blood pour.
It was my
faster.
hand. It was my hand.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was putting it down like
Oh,
that.
like that.
Pressure,
Well, still,
putting pressure on it though.
That's still making the blood come out.
Right, but I was putting
blood to rush.
right, but I'm saying putting pressure on it and knowing to put pressure on something like that young without having any experience, I kind of thought for a minute before I did anything. But no crying. There was no crying whatsoever. It was more just agonizing pain and me grunting and trying not to scream. So I'm yelling at her to go get my mom. And she goes the wrong way and then walks back and goes, "Oops, I went the wrong way." I was like, I'm gonna die, and this is your fault. And you're trying to make jokes. I'm bleeding everywhere, and you're just...
It's like, I went the wrong way. You're just fucking lying on the floor in a puddle of blood.
Finally, my mom comes running over. She grabs my hand. We have to run over to my cousin's house. And she's like, cup your hand, keep the blood. And I was like, what? That, being half awake.
Gotta recycle the blood.
I lost so much blood in my hand that day, So she's holding me by my hand, my wrist, and dragging me across the yard. I'm half awake, looking at my hand, and it's just filling up with blood, looking like tomato soup. We get over there, and then finally I remember blacking out, and then waking up, and my uncle's like, "You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine." Mm. But they didn't stitch it. Nothing. They didn't take me to the hospital. They put a gauze pad on it and then told me to hold it like that, and then they wrapped my hand. I could have had infections and everything. That didn't call for a trip to the doctor though.
Well, you're fine now, aren't you?
Barely. That was
fine is subjective.
Thanks.
There was one time in 3rd grade I was out it was recess, so I was out running around, and there was
fuck.
I was on the pavement, and then because it was some old pavement, there was a pile of asphalt, and so I was running and I turned around.
What the fuck?
But I turned around and I slipped on the asphalt, and my knee got scraped.
Yes.
Got scraped up really bad, and I think I saw my muscle.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was great. Not much to that. Just that's
it.
First thing that comes to mind. I mean, there's a lot of stories of. Oh, I could tell the nose thing. Why my nose is bent. I told you, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, it was one of two. It was one of. Cut that part out. So my nose is fucking bent. Here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, it looks normal here, but
yeah,
if I pinch it, that's the direction it's going, the bridge of my nose.
Yeah, what happened?
It's going on. There were two things that happened really close to each other, so I don't know which one. There you go. I don't know which one fucked it up, but either one could have done it. So I was at the less interesting one is just that I was at baseball practice and we were doing this exercise where we were in a big circle and you would throw a ball to someone and then turn around and catch a ball. And I wasn't paying attention. I was I threw the ball to someone and they ran to get it, and I was just kind of making sure they got it. So I wasn't turned around, and the guy who was throwing the ball to me wasn't paying attention. And so the ball came at me. I turned around and it hit me in the face.
Ooh.
And what made it worse is that was our star pitcher on our baseball team.
That threw it? Oh.
Yeah, and especially in middle school when people don't know their kids like don't know their strength because they're like,
Is that a thing?
I mean, like middle school is like the worst for playing baseball. You're
No,
like,
I mean like the whole strength thing.
I mean like fucking you're like going through like hitting growth spurts and going through puberty and shit. Like you don't know your own strength when you like around that age.
I don't know. All I know is one day I woke up, my nuts were bigger, and I was like, "Oh, cool."
And then you were like, to whomever may concern, I'm not saying.
So that's what fucked up your like. Was there? I'm assuming.
Well,
there was
it could have been that, or it was middle school. I was at recess, and I need myself in the face. I think it's funnier that I need myself in the face that permanently fucked up my nose.
It's a little unfair. Where the fuck am I supposed to go?
You found the boss a while ago.
Did I actually?
Yeah, he's like down at the bottom. Yeah, now you're getting it. Now you got it.
Stop. Okay, we might pick this up
Video
again.
over.
We might pick this up again. I don't know.
Time to go call a woman and tell her to make her have sex with me.
Subscribe to EP Media for more EP.
Go check out
for more EP content.
good P content.
Yeah.
The first letter of your name is also the first letter of penis.